Good morning, Sauk Rapids Rice. So here's a short demo on how you can start building your background doing a color wheel using only the primary and secondary colors. So to start on this left-hand side, what I did was I colored with marker. And so I'll show you a slight variation of how I did that. Let's say you don't want to add in any of the secondary colors and you want to try and challenge yourself by only doing the primary. What you're going to do is you're going to leave yourself some space, color your yellow down a little bit further. It's kind of hard with marker, but then you'll come back with red and pull your red into your yellow lightly, and then overlap that again with your yellow. And that's going to give you kind of your secondary orange mix. I'm also going to show you another trick in a little bit for how to blend them with water. But I wanted to start just showing you how I kind of color mix my marker. I also at the bottom left a little bit of area for green. I didn't necessarily have enough space because I kind of forgot about my green there. So what I'm going to do next then is I'm going to take my red. My red's kind of drying out too. So I'm going to show you a trick. I've got a container of water. And if I dip my marker that's kind of drying out into the water, that will revive it a little bit. And it will let it color a little bit better. And then I'm going to overlap my blue into that red and try to make a violet. Violet again is purple. And then down here for my green, all I did was I took my yellow again and I overlapped that on top of the blue, and those two colors mixing made my green. So that's one way you can do that. And then what I would suggest doing is taking, if you have a paintbrush, you can take a paintbrush with just some water, clean water to start, and paint light to dark. So I would start in your yellow, because as you go, your water's going to start changing color and start getting dirty. But what this does is it will kind of blend and bleed your Crayola markers together to mix them. And I'm going all the way down. Now I left a section open because I wanted to show you guys how I could use water just to blend these colors. So I can take my red, add a little bit of water to it. I might go back over, since it's been sitting a while, and paint or color right on top of that water section. Since my marker's been kind of sitting a little bit, I'm going to take and I'm going to color my marker over that wet water, and it should help blend. Crayola, if you work at it while it's still kind of wet on the page, it will bleed for you. Now, I also think I should overlap a little bit better. Or what I could do is I could take an orange marker and bring a little bit of orange marker in here and then blend that in. So I'm just taking water with a paintbrush. Now, if you're going to do water, add water, I would suggest that you try to find a thicker paper at home. If you have a very thin paper, it will probably, well, most likely tear. So I'm getting my background paint paper wet first, and then since my markers have been sitting a while, I'm going to come in and I'm going to paint color over that area and have them mix together. And if they aren't mixing enough, remember you can take your secondary color and blend that. And then just go back over with some water and they will bleed together and give you your color wheel.